shit. I got you. It's happening.
Yeah, you're gonna do them. All right.
I gotta mute my laptop.
Testing. Testing. Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't got it yet?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We're live right now.
We are live.
I am alive because I don't die that easily.
Come on, son.
Come on, bro.
You're human.
If I like threw a spear at your face and you didn't dodge it, you're dead, bro.
I'm just gonna point out that Lionel's like my twin, right? Mm-hmm. I starved him in the womb, and he still survived.
That just means he has conqueror's hockey. That's all it means. All right. Anyway, to a non-dramatic way to intro into the show because there's no beat still, so that's on me. My bad. Anyway, my name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel. Seb.
And this is that One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's in the show. Who's in the show right now? Ancrath, that's a very bad name. It's Gambit. Sebastian Hurley says we live. Monkey D. Hugo, my guy.
You just read my quote?
No,
That's me.
No, I said we live.
But you read it like I'm not sitting right here.
No, I didn't mention your name, though.
Yes, you did.
I did hear Sebastian.
Yeah, I did hear that, too. You said my whole name.
No, I said Monkey D. Hugo.
No, you said Sebastian Hurley says we live. I mean, it's true. I said it.
All right.
But
anyway. Super Gamer Guy, what's up? How are you? Thanks for always stopping by. The Hidden Island, my guy. All right.
Awesome.
So, hold on.
Oh,
Before we
man.
start the show off, did you guys watch the Hidden Islands video regarding the Devil Fruit Theory?
Yes, Sebastian.
Yes. All right.
Oh, that's what it was called?
Yeah.
I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The guy who dropped the theory is in the chat.
Tarek, what's up, Tarek? How's it going?
What's going on?
Modicus? I don't know how to say that. How's it going? So, what did you guys think about that video? Just to start the show off. And for anybody that's not, this show.
It's on. Sorry.
Nah, I don't know.
I'm busy. My phone be tripping.
This is why.
I turned it on. I turned it on.
All right. Anyway,
hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. Right?
I've been having problems with my phone.
Problems?
Amateur hour over here, man.
So, for anybody that's listening and watching, there's a fantastic theory on Devil Fruits by The Hidden Island. That's his name on YouTube. So, search up The Hidden Island and then search up his Devil Fruit Theory. It is phenomenal. It's basically spoiler at this point. Like, if you really think about it. So, for me, it felt like spoiler, but it made everything else make so much more sense, especially with the Enel hieroglyphics. So, I'm pretty sure Sebastian came to you with that because we were going back and forth on it, and we, basically figured out what the hieroglyphics meant. So, for you guys, we'll start with Lionel. What did you think about the Hidden Islands Devil Fruit Theory video and the explanation by Sebastian about the hieroglyphics that Enel saw?
I thought actually all of it made sense. It played into what they already showed us in One Piece so far about because there's a big thing with the sun and the moon, and now him expanding it more onto what they showed us in One Piece, and now it's like giving that insight to what possibly the origin of the Devil Fruit Tree. Because some things I actually forgot. I forgot about the Eve tree. Like, I forgot completely that even existed. So certain things that he brought back, like, oh yeah, I remember that was in that chapter. Now he's explaining, it's like, yeah, this all makes sense. Like you said, it's like, it might be spoiler at this point because how much it feeds into what we know already in One Piece.
Yeah. And then what did you think about Enel's hieroglyphics when Sebastian explained it to you?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the hieroglyphic, it does make sense, but it's hard to tell because we still fully don't know everything about the the ancient weapons. Like, we just know about Poseidon being Shirahoshi, right? Pluton, we don't even know what that even looks like.
Oh, they said it was a warship.
Yeah, it's
worship?
a worship.
They said
yeah.
it was a
That's why there was blueprints.
I remember blueprints, but I was thinking of the actual what it looks like, and I forgot what's the last one.
Uranus.
Like,
we don't have much information on that one.
So I mean, the cloud, like, that makes sense because you saw the eye and you saw the sea creatures on the right side. So all of it fade into like these three ancient weapons. Like, to me that could be true, but like I feel like we got more information that I can feed into the Devil Fruit's origin than the hieroglyphics of being the ancient weapons. Quentin, like, I'm not saying that's what you're saying is not wrong, but like I feel like we have too much little information to say that the hieroglyphics are any relation to the ancient weapons. But I'm all for it. Because again, it makes sense. Like, because why are those hieroglyphics there? Like, why did Oda put those there if it didn't really mean anything?
Yeah. So before we move to Lawrence, basically what we were discussing is the Hidden Islands, the Devil Fruit Theory video, which made sense to me and Sebastian so much that we believe it. And like after we saw the video, we went to Anel's front cover story where he witnessed on chapter 400 and chapter 402, there was hieroglyphics that he was looking at. And then the hieroglyphics, you can see there's a Lunarian, a Skypian, and a Shandorian, and they're working on these robots. And these robots look the same as each other. So those were kind of like the first pacifistas. And in that front, the first page, it looks like they're going to war. And then in the after image, that Anel possibly moves to the right, he sees another pair of hieroglyphics with those same angels holding like a balloon that has like the sun, and they're standing on the ship Poseidon. And on the right of that ship is a sea king and a crab, which signifies an ancient weapon known as Poseidon. And then the pacifistas that they created were being sent back probably to the moon, but there's like an eye in the sky, which could be Uranus. But they have tears in their eyes. So if you go back to those chapters, you can see that. So, Lawrence, what did you think about the video? And then what did you think about the Anel's hieroglyphics that Sebastian told you about?
I thought the video was well put together, and he made it make sense. Because also, like, the way he explained it, and what I mean, like, he put it together, too, because from just looking at the show, you never would have put it together the way he has if you weren't paying attention or put all that information together. Like, explaining that, like, I like what he brought out, for example, using the One Piece, but the whole voices thing and the presence of it, but saying how each thing has its own voice. Like, you could hear the voice of things and putting it, and how you're just taking that essence from it and putting it into fruits. And that's where the fruits are gaining these powers from these elements, these able to do those things. So that made it make sense in the One Piece world because it fits along with how things work kind of in One Piece. So I like that. And if it is true, that'll be dope because it makes sense for what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know, like how like he used even in the video he used swords. How swords even have their own presence or their own personality. They have their own individuality with their own not really will, but other objects have stronger ones as well, right? Like the stronger dispositions. So the way you put it into like how you could take that from that object and put it into a fruit, and the fruit can harness its power.
Yeah.
So like pretty much that was like and I thought it's interesting because we've seen something like that already. For the Anel thing, you guys were saying that it was like you guys believed it was the war, right? Explaining the war.
It might have been explaining the war, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the angels at this point were the ones who made the first edition of pacifistas.
Right. So I thought that was interesting because I don't disagree with what you guys are saying about that. The only thing is because they only showed, obviously, one side of it. We only seen what they were going through. Like the Lunarians and the Moon people. We didn't see them battling, so... But we could see it could either be the aftermath of the war or the process of going what their trials of them going through it. Because they had tears in their eyes. Does that mean they're losing the war or they're not accomplishing what they want to accomplish? What do those tears mean? And why are they creating little people or little machines? Like what's going on here? Mm-hmm. So pretty much, and they have a lot in that in those hieroglyphics in those images that could mean so much. Mm-hmm. So it's like to me there is a lot explaining it that we have to uncover still, but it could be like you said during the war because also again where I could believe why you guys say it's the war is because if the Lunarians stood on top of it, right, the top of the Mary Jolis where they stood at
the red line, yeah,
exactly, and that's where like they said where the gods lived. Celestial dragons call themselves gods, and now they're on top of there. So obviously. Either way, someone got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much, they took that over. So if that's where they were, something had to take place here. And most likely, it could have been the Great War or just even another battle. Even if it's not the Great War that they talk about 800 years ago. So it could be explained of them being kicked out. It could be them getting kicked out of there and then showing that what's going on. Also, did they link before? Remember the little creatures from Dressrosa, the small ones?
The Tentatas?
Yeah, Tentatas. Did they link the same to the other small creatures from the moon? Because they're like the same size, right?
No. Those little pacifistas are much bigger.
Yeah, they're much bigger.
I'd have to do some research, but I don't think they've ever been linked.
So I just
And they
remember-
are bigger. To,
Yeah,
to
right.
Larry's point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking about that one theory that we watched about the whole
They were as
We're-
big as like a Nell's kneecap, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
to yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and the Nell's mad
Leo
tall.
is like here, bro.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah,
Then,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
never
like-
mind, never mind. So I was thinking about the whole Northern thing. Remember that one video you showed us about where One Piece might be, and the moon meeting the D? Didn't he? He didn't say they were the same,
Oh,
but
like,
like
it being underneath the.
yeah, he said that the Tatas knew who Norland was or something.
Oh, Nolan,
Yeah,
okay.
and so I was thinking, were they? Because the Nolan's linked to the moon people, the Shandorians.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, was there something there? But anyway, yeah.
Well, basically, yeah. I just wanted to ask you both because it was just so interesting. After me and Sebastian saw the video, we're probably gonna put a link of that video in our video so you guys can see it. But it was just like it blew our mind too.
Yeah.
And then we
it's a
started
great theory.
hypothesizing like after with
Yeah.
it was like we were like, yo, we finally figured it out.
And it's a great theory, like pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for everybody that's in the chat too, I hear you guys talking. We're actually going to at the end of the episode take at least like 15 to 20 minutes for you guys to call in and ask us questions. I wanted to leave that as a surprise.
Oh.
But
Okay.
since everybody's here, I figured why not just say that now?
Okay.
Yeah. That's all the kids that R. Kelly had in his
Come
basement.
on. Why you always gotta make it dark? Why you always gotta make it dark?
Wow.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Hidden Island. It was absolutely amazing. Appreciate the video. Appreciate the content, bro. Like, I went back and watched a couple more videos. Like, you do it big, bro. I would love to have you on the show if we could one day. Seriously.
Yeah, hopefully. He probably won't show his face though. He could probably
He
invite
could,
his
like-
avatar. He could put his avatar in a chair and just like,
Fully suited. and everything.
Also, I love the smooth jazz touch. I do.
Yeah.
It's like it's really dope.
yeah, it's dope. All right. Anyway, to get to this chapter 1035, let's start off the show with a banger, right? So we have a new front cover story. For this arc, we see the Germa escaping Whole Cake Island. Are you happy Oda's backpedaling and showing us details like this? What are your thoughts? We'll start with Sebastian.
Hell yes, because the end of Whole Cake was just such a like. It was so wild. Like, it's like the only arc where nothing good happened at the end. Really, like they got Sanji back, but like Jinbei didn't stay, and the Germa were like back stuck there, and like there were so many questions. You know what I mean? Like, how are they gonna escape? How are they gonna survive and stuff? I am so happy we're getting a cover story dedicated to it because it's been so long since we had a cover story. Like, we had Beige and stuff, and like that was cool, and it led to like Pound being alive, which was mad annoying. So I'm actually fearful that this will lead to like Pedro still being alive. And I swear, don't do it. Just don't. Just don't do it. But I'm one of the few people that really did like the Germa storyline as a whole for Sanji and like just them existing as a entity in the One Piece world. I thought it was a nice touch. I would love to see where they go from here because I was racking my brain when I saw it. Like, oh, bet we have it because we've been getting just fan requests for the longest time. So, like, the fact that we're getting a cover story was great, but, like, where are we going from here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and maybe tie into the chapter itself. Queen just got sent flying, so, like, maybe they meet up with Queen at some point. I don't know. But who knows? I don't know. I'm interested. Just don't bring Pedro back. As much as we all love Pedro, do not bring him back. Please, Oda.
What's up? What about you, Law? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm excited for it because we talked about this in the past, where I felt this is what Oda should have been doing. I mean, the fan stuff is pretty cool, but I always felt that he should be like we talked about the whole fillers, canon fillers, showing through the cover arcs what's going on in the world that while this is happening, like behind the scenes, while the Straw Hats are doing their thing, show through the covers of what's happening because he used to do that, then Oda stopped. So I'm thrilled about this, especially like I said, I like the Germa too, and also it was like, it made me think of, because they had a little thing with the Man in the Iron Mask with Sanji, and that's one of my favorite movies. Well, all right, that made me favorite a little too much, but I like that movie a lot. Yeah, pretty much. It's a twin being locked up in a mask. All right,
Is that how you feel?
No,
we can talk about
that's
it,
how
bro.
Lino feels. That's how
All
All right, for me, I mess with the front cover stories when it's an actual arc. For me, I think it's cool to know what happens with Germa, but I would like to see them escape within like 3 pages. And then the rest of the pages, it's all about them figuring out like this Sea King and they run into it, even though they're trying to avoid it. And then they turn into like, you know how the Power Rangers like suit like like they go into like Gundam mode and then they gotta fight the Sea King.
man.
I want to see that, but with like all the snails, and then somebody could color it into different colors.
Wait, the snails are Power
Yeah.
Ranging it up?
Yeah, like they
The snails or
Not,
them?
you said not the Germa, the snails.
the Germa, the island that they're on, like they combine into like the suit.
So you're saying the snails turn into a giant mecha suit?
Yeah.
I mean, that would prove that Judge is a better scientist than Queen to me. If he could pull that off.
What about you, Lionel?
No, I thought it was cool. Like, I'm always for the cover stories. Like, gives us a little insight what's happening. Because again, we don't read newspapers, so we get excited when the One Piece takes a little bit away from the Straw Hats and it shows what's going on in this part of the world in One Piece. We all look forward to that, and the cover stories kind of do that in its own small way. I honestly thought, Sebastian, you were going to say that Sanji kicked Queen all the way to the German. I was just like, wow.
Listen.
I thought you were going to say that.
Listen, that's
might
my
have,
boy,
yeah.
but that's a little much.
All right.
But yeah, I'm definitely the German, because I don't know what's their with their story, if their story ends with this or it's going to be continued in the later long one of One Piece. I'm not sure. I think they're going to pop up again, but I don't know what big significance they're going to have towards the main story in general.
Everyone pops up again.
Except an L
Except Geen
and an
yeah,
L
and Don Krieg. Everybody else.
and an L.
And now showed up in the cover story. Don Krieg and Geen are just gone.
Yeah.
That's it. They got nothing.
They out here filler at this point.
All right. So the chapter opens up where we left off, right? From Sanji pummeling Queen. Turns out Sanji kicked Queen out of Onigashima. Queen has officially lost. Sanji is stated to be the winner of the left brain tower. Sanji then collapses from exhaustion. How do you feel about the ending of this fight and Sanji passing out from it? Lawrence.
Like I said last time, I kind of have mixed feelings about it because I still think it was too soon for the Calamity to be falling like this. You know, like I was kind of expecting the Queen to get back up. Sanji collapsing, I mean, he did go through a lot fighting just all around on Wano. Like he was all over the place fighting and taking a lot of damage. So it also could just be his reaction to what's going on with the raid suit. It could be like a bunch of different things colliding. But I do have a prediction of what I think is going to happen, right? I do, but also I'm stealing part of it, but I'm adding part of my thing. I believe since Sanji kicked him off Onigashima, Queen's gonna
Onigashima?
Yeah, this is like the third time.
Onigashima.
Onigashima. Don't judge me. Anyway, Onigashima, he's gonna land where the rest of the Big Mom pirates are, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna land there, and then they're gonna come back. And to me, that's going into like, because to me, what I didn't like where this was going. All right, we just seen, we're gonna get to it, but like we just seen Queen get taken down. And now, most likely, it looks like King is about to get taken down. It looks like, following that trend, Kaido's about to get taken down as well. Yeah. I don't really like that. But I'm saying, if Luffy does lose again, like we were all wanting him to do, like, Queen lands where Big Mom pirates are. But also, like, the whole theory was, like, they all wake up, but they're in their awakened form. You know? So that's kind of like what I'm playing to. He falls where the Big Mom pirates are, and in his awakened form leads them up to Wano. So then now they have to deal with all the awakened Zohans and the Big Mom pirates.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Lai?
I mean, yeah, pretty much what Lawrence was saying. Because, like, when, Morg has that theory that all of them are going to be awakened. And, like, when I heard that, I'm like, definitely. Because we've been waiting about awakenings for, like, how long? Like in Epo Down. So how many chapters that Oda put awakening in our heads? For instance, we didn't even think of awakening at all towards other devil fruits. We kind of probably just associated it with Zohans. Then we started thinking, then when Doflamingo bound awakening, we're like, oh snap, but we didn't connect it to, like, no, it's awakening for all devil fruits, like not just Zohans. So because again, Doflamingo's not the first person who brought up awakening. It already was mentioned in Empo Down. So that's what we're waiting for, like, the awakened Zohans for the Beast Pirates. But also I may have a reason for that. Me and Sebastian talked about it. The reasons why possibly they may not be awakened, unfortunately, depends on how long they have their fruits. Because I was talking to Sebastian, like, if you realize, look at all the people who had awakenings Doflamingo, Kaiteri, Law. The only one I'm not sure of is Kid. They all had it when they were at least when they were kids, maybe a decade or more. Law had it when he got it as a kid. He's 26 now. He was like maybe got it when he was 13 years ago. Luffy got it like 12 years ago. Kaiteri got it when he was 5. So like, and he's like 48 now. Doflamingo got his Devil Fruit when he was a kid. So it shows like there's a trend and it shows a difference. Doflamingo and Kaiteri, they don't have stamina fatigue after using Awakening. They could just spam their Awakening. While Law and Kid have like there's limits to what they could do because they're Awakening because they didn't have it as long as Doflamingo and Kaiteri had it. So the only thing is we don't know how long King, Queen, and them have their fruits. Like we seen when we had the flashback of King and Kaido. It looks like I'm not saying that's the reason, but it looks like King didn't have his fruit yet. So we don't know what time point King gets his fruit. So that's the only reason that I would explain that if they don't awaken, that might be the reason. Like Bash even said, like when he mentioned Page 1 and Uti, I asked him like why you don't think they're awakened. He should have said because they didn't have their fruits long enough. And that's the big thing. Like we don't think anybody's gonna do awakening because you had your fruit for like a year while people had it for decades and you're pulling out awakening. The only one I would give would be Blackbeard, but I'm not gonna. That's a totally different conversation. But yeah.
Okay, what about you, Seb?
I really wanted Queen to get back up. I pleaded for that in the episode we did last week. Like, I really just hope Queen gets up because I want him to live up to his name. You know what I mean? In a fight that he's fighting a one-on-one in. Like, he used the plague and science and stuff, like the Ice Oni stuff, to mess with the live floor. I wanted him to use that kind of stuff in a fight where you're fighting tooth and nail with somebody like Sanji. And I thought we were in a perfect place to get that, where Sanji was pummeling him, and it's like, okay, now it's my turn to, like, set back, like, to take the upper hand again, and maybe do something underhanded or whatever. Like, I wanted that. That's typically what you see in a Sanji fight. We didn't see that, so I was a little disappointed in that. But I was super hyped to see him kick Queen off Onigashima. I did not expect that. That was like, holy crap. Like, he really defeated Queen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a surreal moment. Because it's been years. It's been years since Sanji had a legit one-on-one where he won.
Yeah.
So, like, to see him kick Queen, who's a calamity, who's been in the game for decades, 1.3 billion, like, it's actually crazy to see that. So, it was a shock. I did enjoy the chapter in that light, even just the Sanji part, because they brought Chuji back in and the girl, and Sanji had his cool, like, damsel in distress moment where he wasn't perving out over her. Like, he had that cool stand, like, where he was standing there after he sent Queen flying. He, like, offered her the mouse, and there was he even, I think we brought it up a couple of chapters ago about the mouse being, like, a callback to that mouse he was feeding when he was on the German thing. Even Sanji thought of that. Like, I liked all of that as a tie-in. I just wish Queen had lived up to his name and billing more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a problem with Oda and fighting and fights and stuff. But as a whole, I was happy with that. So, in regards to the Morge theory and people talking about the Zoans awakening, I would absolutely love for them to awaken and wake up, for them to be more, fighting to go on between them. But we got the narration block, man. Like, we got it. It said Sanji won. Like, if that didn't happen, maybe, but that happened. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, when have we gotten that and then we got up again?
Yeah.
It could be Oda playing into that, but it's probably a dub.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up, yo. I did not like it. I didn't like it for multiple reasons, and it's because these are like, this is an experienced pirate crew. Like, these guys are, like, renowned to be, like, strong, and, like, they're one of 4 out of the 4 Emperor, like, crews that are supposed to go extra hard. His bounty is higher. Like, they don't have. It's like, you know how Paramecias and Logias have these workarounds to being strong? They're just not naturally strong. Like, they have to become strong. Where, like, Logias are, like, defensively and offensively. Like, they're strong, but the ability itself is just so freaking rare. There's only 12 of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Zoans are supposed to be, like, the most durable people in the entirety of the show. And it's like, if we're this late in a game and it's post-time skip, and I see Queen not taking the fight seriously, and, like, he's basically playing around, and he gets not one-shotted, but like in a flurry of shots, he gets one-shotted, and like he doesn't get back up. What are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing? Like, let's be real. Like, we talking about an Emperor crew who has a crew full of zones, and your top 3 are zone users, but they're not regular zones. They're legendary zones. So they're a tier above regular zones. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me they can't awaken? I seen pre-time skip. They were awakened. I get the whole thing about them not having their devil fruits or whatever. But if there's anybody that could bypass that one rule, it is Queen.
It should be Queen.
Because he can alter his being. So if not, even if that is to make up for his inability to awaken, like, I expect Queen to do that. Like, I'm sorry that Sanji has to have his cool moment because he's been so bad for this entire arc. But it's just overall, I think this needed more time. And I get it. Oda at this point is just storyboarding. Like, me and Seb talked about it before. He's storyboarding. He's literally drawing pages, and he's letting the anime, work it out. At this point, for me. So, I'm not happy about it, bro. But 2 things that did appear to me. It did appear to me that I think Sanji is officially altered by Lunarian DNA, for sure. Just based on, like, us seeing King right now and his abilities. And I think to myself, where did the other brothers, if that's true, get their lineage factors from? Because now I'm interested in, like, did Niji get his lineage factors from, like, Minx? Because he's able to produce electricity. I don't know where Ichiji would get his from, but it's like, it's making me question that now. Like, there must be another race for Ichiji. And then the next one is to prove, the lineage factor might be a thing that Sanji has. It's because of what Caesar was able to do with the fruits and zones. So we know that the lineage factors only work with 2 different DNAs. It doesn't work with, like, paramecia fruits. That's why Caesar wasn't able to copy it. It doesn't work with, like, Logia fruits either. That's why he wasn't able to do it. So he just been able to do zones because it's easier to take giraffe DNA and put it into a human.
Yeah.
So that sounds so ridiculous, but
all right. So to go to the next question, because we're basically halfway through the show. Wow. We go back to the Zoro versus King fight. Zoro lands a devastating blow and breaks King's mask. His face, his hair color, and skin show. He's legit handsome. I'm going to say it. After his underlings... Byron! After his underlings see his face for the first time, they mention, what was the reward for tipping off the world government? 100 million berries? What does this mean, and why is King such a commodity? And we'll start with Sebastian.
So we've been getting small bits and pieces that the Lunarians were getting wiped out. So, like, clearly the people in power do not want Lunarians around. Guess because they pose a threat. Because that's just how the world government does. If you pose a threat, they want you wiped out. So, I guess any grouping of Lunarians could be a problem for the world government. So, if King's, like, the last one, like, I don't think it was about King per se, but it was just any sites of Lunarians will give you 100 million because we want them gone. You know what I mean? So, it's hype for them and the race, and, like, it's more lore, and it leans heavily into, like, they were exterminated by the world government. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't gotten any actual proof of that, but, like, everything that we know about One Piece leads you to believe that.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, that's what the 100 million was about. And I will say this, King was handsome, bro. I was like, hey, yo, for real. I was not expecting this. He's giving Sephiroth vibes.
Yeah, he was.
He was giving, like, yo, the dude look good, man. He's black. I was like, okay, man. Like, he looks like a prince. Like, he looks like a main character of a series.
Yeah.
And, like, that's, I don't want to say rare, because a lot of people that have dope designs in One Piece. But, like, straight up, good-looking dude.
Listen,
like, tall, dark, and handsome as King.
Oda don't miss on First Commanders. What about you, Lai? What do you think?
Because mostly, like, big, like, he's him being a rare race. Like, Big Mom showed, like, he's the last of his kind. And it shows, like, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but that the world government was doing experiments on him, like, on King. We don't know if the government's ever achieved what they were trying to do with King. That's what I kind of find interesting. Like, because Kaido said that they're doing endurance tests on King. Like they said that was just like his physical capabilities of him, his endurance. But did they ever like get his DNA? Like now we thinking of like Sanji having.
Yo, you jumping too ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. We're not talking about that yet.
I asked. I brought it up.
All right. What about you, Lo?
So we kind of covered this too, like pretty much. So clearly, like I said, they wanted to wipe them out, and it's giving us the whole like Robin. What is it? O'Hara, yeah. The whole similar thing. Any information you could get on these people because we don't want these people around. So in a way, we kind of have. I mean, it's not the same as D's, but we do know the world government. Shoot, I don't know why you laughed. I don't know why you made me laugh.
I wasn't gonna laugh. But
There he laughed, and I was like,
He said these. Bro.
yeah, because anyway, pretty much
Kids watch the show, bro.
Monkey D. Luffy. Okay, so pretty much the D's like we see the O'Hara, the world government wanted to shut them down and erase anyone who knew that knowledge, and then we see the Lunarians, and also it kind of is not similar with the D's, but they're wary of the D's as in they view them as dangerous.
Yeah.
So it kind of showing like the typical thing, government and authority, any threat that they deem too much, they were willing to do genocide, get rid of them, So, and it could be also too, like Robin, we see that they wanted to kill at first, but now they kind of want her alive for whatever reason, And with King, they want any information. Do they want to continue experimenting on him, or do they just want to kill him? My mind is they probably want to do more experiments because now they had a young one. They have a full adult now, so now his abilities or physical is more mature. So they could probably use more of that, a mature one. So they would probably want to do more experiments on King. So they want that information to do that, to enhance their power for anyway, like creating either stronger pacifistas or whatever they kind of want to do with that. So I could see why, because also we've seen what King is able to do and how strong they are. Like even King even mentioned his biological capability is surpasses that. It's like it's greater.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't the government want at least its DNA samples of this to enhance their power?
Yeah. For me, I'm confused.
What?
Oh, you
I'm
confused?
confused, bro. I'm conflicted, and I need to be convinced.
And conflicted.
Because, like, if a dude this popular and infamous has wings and they black, like black pepper, and like his subordinates are around him 24/7, and he has fire on the back of his neck, bro. Obviously, he's a Lunarian. Like, did you really need to have his suit taken off?
Hold on, Larry. One Piece fodder is stupid.
I get no, hold on. I get it.
Notoriously
But, like, hold on.
stupid.
I get it.
Since
but
forever.
like, doesn't his wanted picture, doesn't his wanted picture have like
I don't think you've seen
like
it
the
yet.
wings? But this is what I'm saying. He's first hand to a Yonko. He has wings. They're black. You should have known this was a Lunarian, bro. You don't need much tipping off.
They probably thought it was the
Hold
Zohan ability.
Hold on. Two things. One, you have the black skin and white hair were the other key factors.
Yeah.
Right? So there's the flames, there's the black wings.
How many other people got
skin.
black wings in the show?
Dude, they can be part of his costume. You
Yeah,
don't
he wears
know.
all black.
Two,
If
Magellan has black wings.
hold on. And two,
No, he has like he has wings, but it's
But
not
Larry,
it's not bird wings.
I get you. I get you. I would have put two and two together. But what I'm saying is, you need all four of the factors. They've never seen his face.
I get you.
You need all four of the factors.
I get that.
And like you have to know.
Hold on.
What Lunarians are. Like you have to
seen-
know that.
I've seen the government assassinate like 300,000 babies because they all thought it was Ace, and like they had no proof.
Was it that high?
How did they figure out? No, what I'm saying is, how did they figure out who was pregnant? Like, did they visit each island and be like, yo, you pregnant? And she's like, yeah, like 3 weeks. And they're like, yo, take that, bro.
Vegapunk probably
You know what I'm
created
saying?
like a mass
But they couldn't find
pregnancy test.
a person who's like 20'7" with black
20
wings
foot
and was like, yo, he's totally
No,
infamous.
wait, what are you
I'm
mad
sorry,
about?
bro.
What are you mad about?
That the CP0's there. They should have realized that I was a Lunarian.
Bro, he on Kaido's crew. What they gonna do? fight Kaido?
We want
What
that.
are we talking about,
that
bro?
Lunarian,
What
bro.
are we talking about, bro?
I'm just saying.
Why you
All right.
mad? King
And also,
Anyway.
and also
Kaido's
too,
stamp of
he has a
approval, bro.
Zohan ability. They could have thought that's probably part of his ability.
Yo, take that chance, bro.
I 100% believe the world government knew King was Lunarian. They just knew they couldn't do anything about it.
All right, let's keep going. All right. We're going to spend like 14 minutes, Marv, extra, and then we'll spend the rest on the calls. So finally, we get a flashback of Kaido, and it's not his flashback, but King's. To our surprise, they were both experimented on. Do you think this is how Vegapunk was able to copy Kaido's Devil Fruit? And we'll start with Sebastian.
Yes, 100%. And it was on Punk Hazard. So, like, if there was ever a time that he was going to do it, it was going to be then. You get me? Like, he was getting experimented on, and he was able to create this almost perfectly equal dragon that's just pink for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Vegapunk's favorite color. I don't know. But that's definitely when he was getting, like, when he was able to try to utilize that. I just really did like that flashback between the two of them. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know if it's one of your next couple questions or not. Kaido gave me Roger vibes, bro. It did. It did, man. I where did that spark in his eyes go? He was so happy. And now he's like mildly depressed and
suicidal.
and like his hopes and dreams are like not there anymore. He wants to just end everything and fight. Like, what happened to you, bro? I need more. I need more Kaido. And I mean, maybe King too, but I need more Kaido flashback.
Youthful vigor, bro.
Yeah, man. He looked like a I don't want to say Luffy, but he had that Luffy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Lionel? What do you think?
Yeah, I actually did get Roger vibes too. And we were talking about it, like, it kind of also reminds us of when Luffy and Zolo met, because, like, Luffy saved Zolo from being, like, killed. Kaido just saved King from, like, you know, being a lab rat possibly for the rest of his life, maybe, we don't know. But, like, I did like that flashback a lot too. And you said, like, King's talk about, can Kaido really change something? And Kaido, like, that spark's like, I'm the only one who can. He really believed that he's the only one that could make big things change in the world, in the One Piece world. And like you said, that big change, like him changing the world now, it's like, I'm drunk. I want to start the biggest world in the like biggest One Piece world of all time. And like now, and like he's crying over Whitebeard dying, and why can't it be me and stuff. So it's just like
Kaido's like a real life example of the Straw Hats if everything went wrong 20 years in the future or 40 years in the future or whatever it is. He's a real life example of that. Like, this is what he was, and then this is what he is now because it didn't go right. That Oda draws in the SPSs, he is that. It's kind of crazy.
What about you, Law?
Similar with them, like the getting Cobb, Gold Roger vibes with that. Like you said, the youthful vigor. He seems like a different character, more like I'm not gonna say Kaido just sits back and Wano unless his people do work, but he seemed like he was out there more in the front lines, just like how we see most of the supernovas are. They're like they kind of start. All the rookies kind of start off like that. Ace, they go after the world.
Yeah,
they fight whoever that comes in their way. Yonkos, it doesn't matter. You know, the top, it doesn't matter. They go after it. But I'm trying to go into that one question though. But do you guys believe that this is the last time that Kaido got captured? Because remember, he got captured and tortured. Remember?
Yo, can you drop a DJ Clue bomb?
Pretty much the last time that's happened to him. Do you think this was the last of it, and then he just kept going on conquering as the dragon, or did he end up in situations like this again? Because this could be the time that Vegapunk did it, or because there was a lot of times he got captured or or tortured. Where does this fall in the lines of those times? Was this the end of it all, or was this the start, or in the middle? You know?
Yeah.
So pretty much.
I think the narration box says he's been captured by pirates, and I think it said Yonko as well. I don't know if the Yonko system was in place at that point, and Big Mom herself was like, ain't nobody killing that thing. Yeah. So she's probably had him hemmed up at some point, and like...
Oh, we know.
Come on. But I don't know if you have this on the question tab, but do y'all think... Because this restructured my... Joy Boy.
We're gonna get into that, bro.
All right.
Relax. So I'll finish this question off. I do think this is how Vegapunk got his ability. I think Kaido had his ability then too, as well. He probably had it when he was on Rox's ship. I do think that King may hate Queen and don't mess with Queen because Queen experiments on people, and he doesn't mess with that part of him. I
Bad
love,
memories.
Yeah, I love the fact that we, saw a young Kaido. He didn't have like a mustache as well.
Get a little baby stubble.
Yeah, and like the way you guys say that he gave you like Roger vibes. Like ever since we saw Garp give the explanation to Luffy about the Yonko system and who the Yonkos are, and then he mentioned Shanks was a Yonko, we always saw his silhouette look like Roger. You know what I'm saying? I always thought of it as Roger's Mario, Kaido's Warrior.
Wow. Honestly, that might be spot on.
Man.
Yo,
That's too funny.
But to be honest, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I hate this chapter because it shows how awful and dry Wano has been in a way. Because Kaido is like such a bland character. It's like made people thirsty for like any type of flashback that may include him, and it's like I saw somebody like on TikTok who had like 10K and like followers, and he was just like, yo, this is about to be the best backstory in One Piece ever. And I was just, I just saw it, and I was looking at this, and I was like, bro, how you got 10K in followers, bro? Because, like, Kaido barely said anything. Like, realistically speaking, like, he barely said anything to King of substance, except, like, what we've probably heard from other characters who have Conqueror's hockey. You know what I'm saying? They want to be the person to change the world in some way. You know what I'm saying? Or get what they want ultimately. And I was just like, I hate how easily entertained people can be sometimes. Like, I get it. Like, you like this character, but, like, you truly don't like this character. Like, how many times have we heard Kaido speak? How many times has he been on panel? How many times has he's been fighting? And it's like, people are now trying to dissect these little one-line sentences and trying to make him more interesting than he is. And I think that, I don't know, I don't mess with that, bro. Like, this chapter had me all in my, like, damn, this is a whole miss. But to go further into that, I'm just glad to know that also this dude King is not relative to, like, Magellan. Because they both have the same, like, collar. So we all thought that he was part of, like, Impel Down's, like, power system or something. But he's not.
Yeah.
It turns out that's not true.
It's just a fashion statement, man.
Yeah, it's a fashion statement. All right. So to go through real quick, during the flashback, a young king asked a young Kaido, "Can you change the world we live in?" Kaido then responds, "I'm the only one who can change it." As we can see, Kaido went from wanting to change the world to wanting to die. A drastic change in his personality. What do you think happened to Kaido, and does it have to do with the comment he made to a defeated Luffy, the comment of Luffy not being Joy Boy? And this is going to be a quick answer. So go, Lionel.
I just realized thinking of it, Kaido said that statement before there was actually a Pirate King established. Like, this is before before Roger became Pirate King. If you do the math, because like, this is really right after Rocks. And the point, Kaido gets caught by the world government. I don't know if that changed. I mean, that process of him changing the world with Roger affected him when Roger did it and he saw the truth. Remember, if everybody knows about Morgan's video saying that Kaido knew about Rafter or about the ancients before Roger. Yeah. So I wonder if that played into, because if you look over at Roger when he met Rayleigh, Roger actually said something similar to what Kaido said to King. They both said something similar, but now it's different. Head, but now it's different, and like apparently Roger beat Kaido to it.
Okay,
maybe.
For me, Kaido might be a D. Low key, it might be Kai D-O, bro.
Oh God, no.
I'm serious, because I think like Kai means like ocean or something like that, and like O means like emperor or something like that. And if it's like Kai, like it's like ocean emperor, but he's like a D. I don't know, bro. But anyway, I think he might be a D. And I think it was cool, but something definitely did happen to him. He had, like, what he did to Moria, somebody did to him, in a way, I think. Like, you know how Moria lost his will? Like, he sort of lost his way, too. But go, Sebastian.
I think he just realized he's not that guy. I think that's all it is. Like,
yeah.
It's like, yo, I've been trying mad hard to do this thing, and, like, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been sitting on Wano for how long I can't even get a second poneglyph. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm clearly not Joy Boy. Like, I'm not the person that Roger or Rocks or whoever was waiting for. So like, who is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, to me, that's part of the reason why he's in his state, and part of the reason why he said it to Luffy. He's like, you couldn't be Joe Boy either. It's like, I'm not him, and now you just lost to me. You clearly not him. So like, where's this guy at?
Yeah.
You know, like that was my take on it. That was what I got. Also, it was funny that Kaido named King King. Did he name Queen Queen? Like, why do you name a fully grown man Queen? Like, what's going on, bro?
What about you, Lo?
Good.
My whole thing is what I've been thinking of is that why do we think that he's depressed because he's not Joy Boy? Because he obviously wanted to go a different route because we think about how he responded to Whitebeard and Roger. He says, anyway, did he call them soft or something in a way?
Which time are you talking? Because he said that they went out in the way they wanted, and he respected that. But when he was talking to Odin, it was like, yo, they have a softness to them.
Yeah.
That like pirates aren't supposed to have, and he acknowledged like they were weak for that.
Yeah.
So, whichever time you're talking about,
that's what I'm getting at. Is because I'm thinking about his way of how he wanted to do it is not he's not realizing it. Because also too, what I'm thinking is, even though he says he's the one that can change it, he still wants to be Pirate King. That hasn't changed, you know. So I'm trying to figure out why he's in his way where he's just like I feel like he was always gonna be a drunk. But like, seeing he doesn't have the same vigor, I think he's probably just matured. Mostly, he grew up in this world. It's like, but it's like I'm looking for someone strong enough to fight. Because like I said before, the whole time we was viewing the Worst Generation, he viewed it as entertainment that he hasn't been getting. You know, so I think it's more like he keeps losing the people that he wanted to grow up and fight. He lost Gold Roger. He lost Rocks. He lost Whitebeard. You know? So it's like I'm losing all the people I want to fight in the end. So to me, it's more like life's getting boring to him. You know? He says, I want a great war. He probably wanted all those people in that war with him, but everyone keeps dying. And he can't die. Yeah. So it's just like, remember that one person from One Piece? One Piece. Bleach? The number one Espada? The ones kept dying and he was the only one that survived. So it could be similar to that, what he's going through. It's just like, everyone's going to die anyway, and I can't die. I'm going to live a boring, I'm not going to be fulfilled.
Yeah. So. All right, so last question. Let's make it quick. It has to be like really quick answers. During the final scene of the chapter, we see King let off his magma like fire dragon, and Zoro powers through to cut King. Not only does he cut King, but he cuts the fire dragon, King's sword, and King's right wing in half. Is King taken out? If so, are you unhappy with the outcome? Sebastian?
Yeah, I'm a little unhappy with it, but I did love the Ryuma callback from Zoro. And Zoro in this chapter was great in general. Figuring out the fire thing, cutting, reacting to the speed difference. Zoro was great.
And Law?
Same with Sebastian. Zoro was great with it. I have mixed feelings about King being taken out with this, but I will be hyped if Zoro did do it because every time we see King use fire, his thing is on fire. And Zoro was struggling to cut King while his fire was lit up on the back of his head. But every time King used fire, he had to light that up. So if Zoro cut through that, pretty much I'm impressed that Zoro's he overcame that obstacle. But also, too, that's like the fourth time King got attacked by Zoro. So to me, it's like, how many are you going to take anyway? I know you're a Zohan, but that's a lot to take for anybody. Like, clean cuts. So, yeah, I accept it.
What about you, Lionel?
I thought it was dope, too. And it shows, like, King really didn't know that Zoro could cut through flames. So, like, even how strong that attack was, it really didn't mean anything to Zoro because he could just cut through fire. So, I thought it was one thing I always thought was interesting why Zoro dodged it the first time. Like, when King did it to Zoro, the second time when he whipped it out, when he took his own man and he did his own, Zoro decided to dodge instead of cut it. Then at the end, Zoro decided to cut it. I found it was kind of like wonder why, but it was just dope. And I saw like even King's flames in the back of him got cut in half too. So King actually probably most likely be dead. Yeah. Or I mean not dead, but done.
Yeah, take it
out. Real quick, my answer. King should have never came down from flying. Should have let the sword suck him up after Zoro told him like a million times it was killing him.
Bruh.
1, 2, first commanders got to stop doing this shit. 3, if they don't awaken, this is a whole miss in the entire series. Wano's probably top 5 worst arcs, and I'm gonna be real with you, and it's not 5. Other than that, I am very disappointed King, if he is taken out, hasn't shown Conqueror's hockey.
Same.
So if like there's so many misses and L's in this chapter, but we can't get into it right now because I want to take some calls. So Marv, if you could put up that phone number so everybody can call in. Episode 20, yeah. All right, everybody who's watching, if you want to call in now. I would like to see or hear some of your answers, and don't be dicks. So yeah, so if you call Marv, they just call and then we hear it. We'll hear it ringing. All right. Let me hear your voice.
That would be fire. That would be fire.
Yeah, it would be fire. Yeah, man, it would be a hard ass miss. You know.
I feel you on that.
Like, come on, bro. You can't be taken out and then like you don't awaken. You can't be taken out and like you tell me, oh, you got it too, or you have kingly ambitions, and like
who's the two?
Yeah. No, like you don't have it.
The accurate translation say two.
Don't matter, bro.
But they never implied that King also had kingly ambitions.
Don't speak on kingly ambitions if you ain't got them, dog.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Why your name King?
Oh, we got a caller? All right. Let's hear it. This is so dope.
It is pretty dope.
Are we all gonna hear?
Did they hang up? Hello?
Hello. Mosh.
Mosh.
Moji.
Butter. He said, good shot. No, we can't hear him, Marv.
We can't hear anything.
Are we all gonna hear?
Yeah, we'd be able to hear them. You sure you got it, Marv? I hear the ringing.
Yeah, I hear some phone ringing.
I hear it ringing now.
I hear something.
I don't hear anything.
I heard something, but through Marv, not us.
Yeah, not through us.
Yo, Marv, can you push it to us? Oh, hey. I can hear it now. Yeah. I can hear it now.
All right.
Yo, what's up? What's your name and what's your question?
All right. Well, this is Jevion. I've been on the lives and whatnot.
Hey, my guy. What's up, Javion? How's it going, brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, so what's up, man?
My bad, I'm a little nervous right now.
All good. Yo, don't be nervous, bro.
All good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Sebastian doesn't look that good.
He ain't king. No, stop.
Man, yo, I'm about to do king.
Let him talk, bro. Go, David.
All right. So, let's go. My question was, hold on.
Yeah, you got this, bro.
Hold on.
Here we go. He was that nervous. Yeah,
That's funny.
Nervous. Yeah, that is funny.
But yeah, guys, feel free to call in. It is a family show. Try not to curse.
Oh, the Hidden Island said I'm calling.
I think they're saying technical stuff.
Oh, busy?
Okay.
Oh, yeah? All right. So I guess try calling again.
And
Yo,
don't be nervous.
Ryzen, what's up, Ryzen? How are you? He said, damn, I'm nervous.
And don't be nervous, y'all. We friendly.
Yeah, don't be nervous. Another caller. Let's go.
Caller.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on,
Hey,
man?
what's up, guys? It's Monkey D. Hugo.
Hey, our boy. What up,
Hey. What's up?
Chilling, man. What's up? What's up with you?
My thing is not really a question, but like the chapter was so disappointing because, like y'all guys said, King or Queen didn't awaken their devil fruits, and it was just like a big like disappointment.
Yo, it was.
Yeah. And it's like, damn, really, Oda really failed on that part.
I agree, man. It's like your dad going for milk and never coming back.
I will say this, Monkey D. Hyuga, awesome name, by the way, Neji all day. But from what the awakenings were on Impel Down, their defeats could be how they trigger their awakenings. I will just leave out hope for that.
Yes, hopefully.
But in general, I agree with you. It was a miss for me as well, that they didn't just awaken.
Yeah, it was. Well, thank you guys for answering my call. It's been great watching you guys all the time. Have a good night, guys.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
man,
you so
good night.
much.
Thank you for
Appreciate
calling
you,
in.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Word, I'm starting my own podcast soon too, so I'm trying to do a thing in Black Clover.
Oh,
So I don't know if
snap.
y'all like anime like Black Clover and stuff.
Yeah, we'll check
Okay.
it out though, man. Thank you.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you. Have
All
a
right,
good
have a
night.
good one.
You too. You too.
It's pretty dope.
I gotta watch Black Clover.
That's so dope. Any other callers, Marv?
Oh,
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Try calling again, guys.
Yeah,
Hang
we-
up and then call again. That's pretty cool. This is such a cool feature.
This is like super dope. I didn't know YouTube could even like do this.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we intimidating? All right. We'll do that. Yeah, you're right.
Guys, are
You're
we
right.
too mean? Marv's telling us we're too mean.
Yeah.
They're intimidating. That's why they're nervous.
Meanwhile, he has his shirt off behind the glass. Who's intimidating now, Marv? Oh, man. One more. Let's go. We got 3 minutes left.
All right. Am I coming through, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, it's that One
One
Piece
Piece.
talk. Welcome. Thank you for calling. Who's calling
Hey,
us?
this is Hidden. This is Hidden Island. I just wanted to
Our boy.
great stream, guys. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for the shout out. I really appreciate it. One thing I actually I wanted to tell you guys about. I saw a Reddit post the other day that was someone took the pages that the king and queen fights happened on and compiled them all at once, because in the story they were spread out over many chapters.
Yo,
So they put it all together, and they found that actually the king and queen fights are so far like the longest fights in the story for Zoro and Sanji.
yo, the
Really?
hidden. Sebastian is
Yo.
actually the person who did it.
I didn't post it on Reddit, so that wasn't me.
They
But
probably
I did
took-
it as well.
Wait, hold on. That was your post?
I didn't post anything on Reddit, but I did do this on Imager.
right,
So
well,
if they
already
clicked on the Imager, they might have got it.
Yo,
But
they might have
yeah.
just took it.
But that's dope. The longest fight for both of them.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah. It feels like it's short because it's spread out. We have so much happening at the same time, but they are definitely the longest fight so far. I'm still all for the awakenings happening, but
Same.
Oh man, I'm
yeah.
so for it.
yeah. Anyway, I had a question for you guys, real quick one.
Yeah.
So Sanji, he had the raid suit on and he had that invisibility, right?
Uh-huh.
And now that he lost the raid suit and he has kind of like the benefits from it with the exoskeleton and everything, without using the raid suit, do you think that invisibility power up, you think that's gone for good? Do you think we're going to see that again?
Oof, good question. That's probably a Sebastian question.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
so-
Sebastian.
Hidden, if you didn't know, Sanji's my favorite character, so they tend to field me all the Sanji questions. But I had this same thought process myself because Niji and the other brothers were able to use their like Germa enhancements without the suits. So I had hoped that Sanji would still be able to use invisibility. Plus, it just really vibes with his character and what he like is about with stealth missions and stuff. But he seems to have gotten a better power up where he's just crazy fast, where he's invisible with speed. So I don't know that Oda would merge those two together anymore. So I would say no. I would love him to still get it, but I think it's too powerful for him because he would be doing perverted stuff. So I'd say no. You can't give Sanji invisibility.
I almost want him to become fast enough to where he's moving so fast that you can't see him, and it kind of does the same thing.
He did it for a time versus Queen, but not for too long.
It was me, Barry.
But combining Carrots and Sanji's, if you went invisible, that's like the perfect scout team. They could infiltrate like anywhere.
We got to have a next Nakama discussion at some point. But is
we
Hidden
do.
still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. I just wanted to say thank you for answering the questions. And yeah, if you guys ever want to collaborate on something, I'm always open. So.
Yeah, thank you so
awesome,
much.
man.
Yo, Hidden, your channel's amazing. And I think you have such a style that I don't think a lot of people can like imitate, man. I told you, I don't think we're creative enough to do what you do, but we can only react to what you do. So thank you for being you, man. You definitely have talent.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. You guys have talent too. You're doing a great thing. So I'm on board with you.
Thank you, Hidden.
Appreciate
Talk to you
that.
later, brother.
Good one.
All right,
good
take
night.
it easy, guys.
You
All
too.
right,
You too.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it for the callers, unfortunately. we only had 10 minutes, but for the people that did call, I want to say thank you. Please don't be nervous. We'll try to be nicer to you as well.
Less intimidating.
Less intimidating. Yo, don't flex when people call.
What?
I saw you flexing, bro.
flexing.
Your bicep grew a little bit.
Why you think Marv was saying we was intimidating? It wasn't me.
Okay.
You
I'm
think
a teddy bear.
you think the shades help at any point?
Well, yeah, they do help because they say anyway.
All right. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. The subscribe button is right next to the bell button as well. And don't forget to comment and share. And I just want to say thank you for joining us on episode 28. Catch us for the last episode of the year next week. So it's break week, by the way, too. So I'm going to create some dope questions for us.
One Piece, not us.
Hopefully Lionel's there and he lets us know he's coming. But anyway, my name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Seb.
And this is that One Piece Talk. Jana!